Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of GMS, Ruel, who I learned this truth from, and salutations and blessings to you elect out there, starting with the 144,000 on down. So this is a quick video on the tribe of Naphtali, right? Naphtali, which is today known as the so-called Argentinians and Chileans. And of course, when you go through history of Argentina, especially recently since the World Cup, a lot of that came up about the history. But if you go into the history of Argentina, they did a big job of eliminating Jake over there, Israelites. But when we speak about the native Argentinians, we're speaking about, for example, the Mapuche, right? Spelled Mapuche tribe, and there's other various tribes that are native. And this is inspired by a video I seen on TikTok of this boxer from Argentina of Argentinian descent, which I'm going to play real quick. But let's get this. This is Genesis 49 and 21. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words, right? A hind is a deer, right? Now let's get this in the AMP. And deer is very fast. It's quick. It's sure-footed. It's quick here. Yep. As I said, is very quick and elusive. Naphtali is a doe let loose, a swift warrior, which yields branched antlers, eloquent words. Now, also, when you go into... Actually, let me play this video real quick.
Called him the devil of the middleweight division.
Carlos Monzon, campeón del mundo excelente. Carlos Monzon, number 1. No, Carlos Monzon.
A man who some argue is the greatest middleweight to ever lace a pair of gloves.
They let him box with Joe Frazier, and he knocked out Joe Frazier in the gym.
14 title defenses. 7 years defending the undisputed middleweight championship until he retired as champion. He fought with intentions to slaughter his opponents, garnering a record of 87 wins and 3 losses, of which he avenged early in his career. Carlos Monzon said for himself, "The only emotion I feel in the ring is hate for my opponent."
Hey, when you got Tyson hyping you up, all right. Tyson he's a student of history. Tyson was an admirer of warriors, right? He liked guys like Sonny Liston, Jack Dempsey. I'm talking about old school guys, right? So when he bigs you up, he likes also this guy, Roberto Duran, Hands of Stone, which was a Zebulonite. Now, when you go to... Never mind boxing history. When you go into the scripture history, right, we had this battle here, and this is a song from Deborah, and it's very interesting. When you go to Zebulon, but I'm going to go up after. This is Judges 5 and 18 in the AMP, but Zebulon was a people who risked their lives to the point of death. Naphtali also on the heights of the field, right? But Zebulon risked his life, as did Naphtali on the heights of the battlefield. And Zebulon is the Central Americans, known as the Mayans and other tribes. Okay, this guy Roberto Duran. When you look up him, Hands of Stone, he's from Panama, right? Panama, and this dude beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, because he got in his mind, right? The first battlefront, the first gate, your first shield really is your mind. If you let somebody say something and you become overly emotional, they already won a small battle. But anyway, this goes into the fact that Naphtali is a warrior as well. All the tribes of warriors, we know we speak about Gad, Reuben, Manasseh. That's due to history as well and geography of where they were. I've done videos on that. But all the tribes are warriors. But it's very interesting when you go up. Verse 16 says, "Why, Reuben, did you linger among the sheepfolds? To hear the piping for the flocks. Among the divisions of Reuben, there were great searchings of heart. In the NLT, it reads, "Why did you sit at home among the sheepfolds to hear the shepherds whistle for their flocks?" Yes, in the tribe of Reuben, there was great indecision, right? Reuben didn't join the battle. So he was part, the tribe of Reuben was part of the song that was really a down note. Like not at this, but hey, you were indecisive. You didn't join the battle. You were among the flock where it was safe. And Reuben is a warrior tribe, so I'm just showing the interesting point that all the tribes are really warriors. But hey, this dude Carlos Manzan, which when you look him up, right, this is Carlos Manzan, and he looks like a straight up indigenous Argentinian. Okay, but yeah, this dude was a badass, man. 7 years undisputed. Okay, and look, they said he knocked out Joe Frazier in sparring. Now, you brothers at box, you know that. Look, shit happens in sparring. All kinds of shit happens. Sometimes um, fighters, pro fighters, very top elite champions, they need fresh blood. They got new guys coming in that are good. They might be a gold medalist from the Olympics. They might be national winners, first place nationals. Okay, Olympic talent, as I said, any kind of Olympic talent is already high level or higher level. But up and coming prospect that's just really sharp and he's just pumped and he's prime. He's fighting. He just wants that experience. He's hungry. All kinds of things can happen in sparring. When you got 16-ounce gloves, which is big, is that's a pound, a pound in each hand. You got 16-ounce gloves, but still you can get knocked out. You can get rocked. You can get dropped. You can get knocked out. But to knock out hey, I think it said knock down or knock out. I don't know if he knocked out. I can't recall that part. I don't want to play the video again. But the point is, Joe Frazier. If you brothers know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, just look up his highlights. Joe Frazier. Okay, but this dude was a warrior, and that proves this goes into the scripture, about Zebulon, about the warrior nature of Slack. It's Zebulon, Naphtali, Zebulon as well. Now, real quick, yeah, that was the point. There was something else, I believe, with Zebulon. Yeah, Zebulon carried a commander's staff. That's not the point, but anyway, that was the point. I mean, I just wanted to hit the hammer on the nail. I wanted to hit the head of the point that Zebulon as well. When you look up the famous boxer Roberto Duran and Naphtali, when you look up this boxer, these are Jakes. This is going into their spirit. But all tribes are warriors anyway. All right, so hopefully you found that edifying. Shalom, kahala, Yahweh, Shalom to the elect.